Hello guys, welcome to Rich Living Mastery YouTube channel where we create content to help you succeed in the areas of health, wealth and relationships. And today on the show we have a special guest. A special guest. The reason I say special is because I met him a couple of days before on Instagram, and then one thing that inspires me about this man is his consistency. His consistency is actually pretty on point. Now, this man, his name is Matthew. He is a student, finally a student in University of Kent, and he hosts the show Daily Sauce on his Instagram. And I would recommend you guys to check it out. I'll put a link of his Instagram down below and his YouTube channel down below. So Matthew, how are you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you for having me.
Sure, man. So one thing I have to tell you guys is he's joining us from UK right now. Is that right?
Yep, straight from
Okay.
Canterbury.
Okay. So Matthew, your as I told before, your consistency game is on point. So
Yeah.
is that something that came to you as a kid, or is that something you built up with practice, with will?
Well, that's an excellent question. The funny thing is, with consistency, a lot of people think of when it comes to me with consistency, they think that daily source is like the thing that gave me consistency. But it actually started like about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago when I started going gym. I started going gym just to get in shape, get healthy, and be fit. And I decided to commit to going to the gym, and I went gym like every week. And I've never missed a week of gym in these entire 4.5 years of a week of exercise. And that level of consistency that I built up over those years gave me what I needed to stay consistent with daily source. I just took the consistency that I developed from that and I applied it into daily source, and it's grown into what it is so far.
Okay, another question. So, daily sauce. It inspires me, it inspires a lot of people. So, where did this idea to start it come from to you?
That's another funny question. To be honest, it literally wasn't really from anything special. It honestly wasn't. I just decided that, hey, I want to make a video. I want to inspire people, so let me record a video on my camera and upload it to social media. I started off uploading it just to Facebook stories, but then my friends, after like maybe Data Source 25, said, "Yo, you should put this on Instagram. That's where it's at. That's where everyone's at." Instagram was like, "Oh, okay, let me upload it to Instagram." So then I started uploading it to Instagram. But in reality, there's no real fancy story. I just wanted to make videos.
That's good, man. That's really good passion. So, tell me about how consistency actually changed your life. Now, I know about it, but then our viewers don't know about it. Tell us how it impacted your life.
Well, so consistency is one of those like really important things. So the way it impacted me personally is that it created like a cascading change of effects all over areas of my life. So like I said, I started going gym, and from the fact that I started going gym and being consistent with gym, those changes permeated into the other areas of my life, like my health, wealth, and relationships. So, for example, my relationships, I was way more consistent with my character and who I was. Rather than trying to be duplicitous in my self-image, I was way more consistent with who I was with one person, and the same with someone else. So consistency doesn't just apply to the things that you do, like habits and whatnot, but it also applies in the way that you carry yourself. Like you're way more consistent. Um, but yeah, in fact, there's actually like four key points that I'd like to briefly share with you in terms of
Sure.
consistency, and I'll just get
Okay.
straight into them. Cool. So the first point is that consistency keeps your life in order. So what I mean by that is, without consistency, you haven't really got any habits, because habits are made with consistency. And if you haven't got that consistency, then you haven't got any habits, and if you haven't got any habits, your life is going to be very disorganized. And keeping your life in order is key to having a fulfilling life, an organized life that is productive. The second point is that consistency is important, very, very important for your self-esteem. And By that, I mean that when you're consistent with things, you you do things on a daily basis, and when you do them, and when you say you want to do something and you do it, you feel good about it. You feel good in your the fact that you're able to commit to what you wanted to do. And this is especially important as a student. Most students, they struggle to follow through with their to-do list. Like, I have a to-do list. Not everyone has a to-do list. You don't always have to have one, but I like to have a to-do list every single day with the things I'm going to do. And when I do those things, I feel great. But when I don't do those things, I feel terrible. And what I found is that the more consistent I am with my to-do list and getting things done, like I have to do some studying, do an assignment, the more consistent I am, the more confidence I have. And here's the magic thing: when you have increased self-esteem as a student, you're able to do better work. You have higher quality work, and as your confidence increases, so do your grades. So that's very, very important. Now, going on to the fourth point: self-esteem increases your resilience. So consistency increases your resilience. So as you are more consistent with things, you go through a lot more. So it's kind of like going gym. Let's use the analogy of going gym. When you go gym, you put pressure on your muscles, and over time, yeah, over time your muscles will hurt, but over time your muscles will grow because you gain resilience. You can now lift heavier. That's the exact same thing that happens to your mind and anything else you're consistent with. So the more consistent you are with the things that you do, the more resilience you build up, and you can have a much higher pain tolerance than someone who isn't consistent, merely because you've habitually and routinely stayed put with the tasks that you wanted to do over time, thus increasing your resilience. And finally, the fourth point is that, well, it encompasses all the three other points, but it's basically the compound effect. And I'm sure you know this, but the compound effect is where small changes over time lead to massive changes in the future. So by being consistent and applying all these it's quite simple. Just applying the rituals that you apply every single day to get to where you want to get to. You make small changes in the present moment. So you make a small change today, you make a small change tomorrow, you make a small change the day after that. But over time, in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, those changes are going to be so big that you can't even imagine how big they would be right now. All you can do is just stay consistent and allow the law of compounding, or the compound effect, to work its magic in your life. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's amazing, man. That sums it up pretty much. But then I'd like to expand on a few points. For example, you told about the to-do list.
Yeah,
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 so I mean, to-do list actually like helped me a lot. I'm pretty sure it helped you a lot.
yeah,
So here's some tip that I want to give to my viewers. So on my phone, so what I do is I go on the Instagram story and then I make a daily list on it and save the story, and then I can change it to my wallpaper on my phone. So that every time I look at my phone, I know what I have to do. No matter what I'm looking at, the wallpaper is the list of goals. So no matter
yeah,
how distracted I get, it pulls me
yeah,
back to actually getting stuff done.
yeah. That's a very good technique. So it keeps your to-do list in your mind because it's your phone's wallpaper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean that's one of it. I write on the paper, but then I don't.
they'll look at it.
Initially I used to like take the paper and then look. But then as you get busy, get involved in doing things, you don't actually remember to take the paper out and look at it. When you
Yeah,
get done with one thing, if there's another thing that comes up, you just get distracted.
yeah,
So like phone is something that we look at. Like we even even though you're not doing it consciously, you just take a phone and then you just want to look at the
yeah,
time, or you just
yeah,
switch on the display and then switch it off. And that time when you do that, you see the list of goals on the
yeah,
wallpaper or on the
yeah,
lock screen, and you're like, okay, man, I have to get that stuff done. I need to get
yeah,
back to work or something like that. And then the other thing about the compounding effect. So recently, I attended the seminar where
yeah,
he was the trainer. the hypnotist was speaking about the power of the mind. So where he's like, there is a limit of messages which a brain can handle, 40,000 something. I don't remember it exactly. But then he said that's a limit for an average person. But then mothers are able to extend it in the sense
Yeah.
that they take care of the children, they take care of home, they take care of work. They have like so much going on that the brain is actually becoming more resilient to take more work and then still be efficient or still be working.
Yeah.
So, for example, let's say you face a lot of pain, you just like pass out, right?
Yeah.
That is because
Yeah.
your brain can handle that much. So if I train you to handle pain, your body can handle much more, but not pass out.
Mm.
You can still be working. He said the other example for it are CEOs and then high level managers, because they have to get a lot of stuff done because they do a lot of multiple things. They take multiple decisions at a time or at a short period of time. Their brain is able to function much more efficiently
Yeah. Yeah.
because they're able to do it. I think that's a similar thing with, as you said, consistency. As people build
Yeah.
consistency, an average person can handle as much. But then if you try to keep it up in long term, you'll be able to lead life much more efficiently, even though there's
Yeah.
a lot of stress. And I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
you would have experienced this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. The idea of you being able to tolerate more as you're consistent with things over time is something that I've definitely like experienced with, like, gym, even daily source and just general life. But yeah, definitely agree.
So, what are your future plans with Daily Sauce?
Daily source. See, that's another funny question. So with daily source, the way I see it is I just treat it one day at a time. So I literally don't think about the day before. I don't think about the day tomorrow after. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. It all comes to me out of a moment of creativity. Like I really get like this. I get really inspired when I'm about to make a daily source, and that's what helps me generate ideas. And that's what helps me keep focused. Because if I focus on what I was going to do tomorrow, that would take away from what I'm going to do today. Because I don't need to worry about what's going to happen tomorrow. I should just focus on making sure that what happens today is done as well as possible. And as long as I focus on each day on its own, doing it one day at a time, that's how you stay consistent with. Yeah, that's another point. That's how you stay consistent with things. Just taking things one day at a time, not worrying about what's going to happen in the future. But for me, I just say I'll see how it goes. I'll just see how it goes.
I'm pretty sure, man. Like, it's really inspiring to me. I'm looking forward for it to know what's going to happen next. You're going to expand it to a podcast or something like that. But it's something amazing.
Yeah,
Also, another thing that I wanted to ask you as I spoke to you was about your creativity. Now,
yeah,
when people see that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people wonder how is he able to get that good of a flow on story, or Instagram stories, or Instagram post. How was he able to get content? But then, as we spoke before, we will be making another video for it
yeah,
soon. So people
yeah,
watching this video, wait for it. I'm pretty sure that's
yeah,
going to be very exciting.
yeah. Definitely
And
will.
thank you for coming on the show, for providing value for people who are watching this. A lot of people will see a lot of value in this video, man. Thanks a
Yeah,
lot, Matthew.
yeah. Thank you for your time.
So, is there any like concluding statements you want to say to the people?
Um, all I can say is work on your consistency. We all have goals. Everybody has amazing ideas, but not everybody takes action towards them. And even those who do take action towards them, they're not consistent with it. Everybody starts going gym January 1st. January 1st is literally 32 days, no, 31 days away. People are going to start going gym. They're only going to go gym for that first week, and then they're going to slip back into the routine that they've been in for the past year, and they're going to wait again for the next year. What I can say is let 2019 be your year of consistency. Be consistent and watch your life change. That's what I've got for you.
That was powerful, man.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot for being on this show. And
yeah,
guys, one more thing is I'll be putting a link of his Instagram. Once again, I'm telling you, I'll be putting a link of his Instagram and YouTube channel down below in the description box. Do check it out. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. Stay blessed.